Internet land!
Hey guys, welcome back. I have recently returned from my trip to Australia, and my first stop was actually Melbourne. And being a geek and you know, somebody that's into all these pop culture games, card games, all that stuff, I can't help but want to visit the shops or the stores that actually sell you know, these merchandise, these products, with every city that I go to outside of my home country. So today we are going to revisit those shops that I went to, and these are 4 shops roughly within the Melbourne CBD area, the Central Business District, and it's fairly accessible, especially if you're just, you know, walking around the city. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at them. So the first one that we are going to look at is ZING Pop Culture. They sell mostly Funko Pop figures, and there's actually a lot scattered around the Central Business District area, but I think the one that actually was the most interesting to me was the one in 67 Swanson St, because it was actually on the basement of EB Games. Which was quite odd, but I like the fact that it was in the basement. It's kind of a bias because I started this channel when I was still living in the basement, but yeah, it actually has like a nice theme to it, being like a geek's paradise underground. This second shop that we're going to look at is called Critical Hit. It's in 377 Little Collins Street. Just really small shop. By small, I mean like my room is actually bigger than the shop. It's actually a great place to look if you want to buy like little trinkets, you know, anime, Pokemon, you know, just little stuff. They have like a little bit of everything. Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, Band Presto figures, lots of figures, and especially the little Gachapon figures, keychains and all that. So if you're looking to buy you know, small trinkets of stuff you collect, especially anime based, this would actually be a good place to drop by. The third shop that we're going to look at is Mind Games, and they are in 244 Swanson St. At first I thought these were just board games, because when you go in, you just see a ton of board games, like left and right shelf. Some chess sets, some dice. It wasn't really that interesting when I came in, but then I found out you could actually go to the second floor, which actually housed the hobby part of the store. So we're talking Warhammer, Pathfinder miniatures, Dungeons and Dragons. They had some Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Dragon Ball Z, and it was a good variety. I think the nice part about the store is because it's so hidden. Of course, there's really no place for you to sit down and you know, tweak some of your hobbies or play any of your card games. But I think the nice thing about it is the fact that you can just shop the second floor completely without people judging you, if you know what I mean. Like if you come here with your mom, you can leave her downstairs looking at the board games, so you can go upstairs and look at the Warhammer stuff, the the hobby stuff, Pokemon cards, stuff you don't want your mom to see. I guess. Yeah, so that's actually how I see it. But yeah, overall this was actually like a pretty good place, pretty good find. We actually found this in the evening, so it was actually pretty late, close to closing time, so I had to grab the stuff that I need to get and leave. But come in the morning, you'll definitely need more time to look through the stuff. And last but not the least, I feel this is the most interesting shop that I have been to ever. Like, the place is called Minotaur, and it's in 121 Elizabeth Street. It's on a basement of this building, and before you come in, you actually see the Minotaur, the purple Minotaur sign. And once you go down, there's this life-size Minotaur just towering over you before you come in. But the one thing I love about this place is that there's so much variety of stuff that you can find, hobby-wise and pop culture-wise. They have a ton of Funko Pop figures scattered throughout the store, so you're actually spoiled for choice. If you want to get some Marvel stuff, they're based on one part of the store. DC stuff is based on one part of the store. If you're going to get Star Wars, they're on this end. So there's actually a lot of variety that you can actually see within the store itself. What I noticed is that this place actually had two cash registers. There's one in the middle and one on the far end. And this was actually, it being a basement, it was actually pretty wide. So they actually have two cash registers, one housing like most of the you know, just the regular kid stuff, some Funko, some Dragon Ball Z card games, but most of the serious card game for the serious card gamers. There is another cash register that houses the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, the some of the good Pokemon stuff, the Magic the Gathering stuff if you're into that. Final Fantasy, they also have it there. There's actually quite a variety of stuff that you can get, especially old toys. Not really old toys, but I can't really say vintage, but toys that you can't really find, or you don't normally find in a, well, toys that you don't normally find in a regular store, like, you know, the previous stores that we actually talked about. So Minotaur is actually one of the you know, one of my, well, it's my favorite place to be if I am going to go shopping for all my toys or all my hobbies. Not because there's so much variety. Well, there is so much variety. That's why I spent hours and hours. I actually went there like twice just to have a look-see. But it being like a labyrinth in the basement, it actually fits the theme. It's a labyrinth of these books, of these toys, of these. I just can't explain it. Just looking at the video doesn't give justice to actually being there. So if ever you guys have the opportunity to go to Melbourne, I highly suggest going to Minotaur, because trust me, you will spend hours and hours there just flicking through this random toys, and you probably will find toys that you were looking for, that you didn't think you were looking for, but you will end up buying, because you know, that's just the beauty of the labyrinth. And so guys, that wraps up our video for the hobby shops that you can actually visit in Melbourne. If ever you are in the city, I highly suggest coming to the 4 places that I suggested, especially Minotaur, because I just have nothing but good things to say about the place. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.